Good evening, everyone. It's Sunday evening. Unfortunately, the weekend is winding down, but it was a nice day today, so I took the opportunity to work on my metal casting foundry. I built it back in the summertime, but the first time I tried to run it, the nozzle wasn't set up right, so it wouldn't stay lit. So I kind of put the project to the side and just haven't got back to it since. So today, though, I figured I'd try and get this nozzle running properly. So the first thing I did was I changed the big welding tip in here. So originally I started with a 0.035, so then I went down to a 0.021. And it definitely helped, worked a bit better, but it still wasn't running properly. So I took this one out and I went to a 0.030, and that did run a lot better, but it still didn't seem to be heating up inside there enough. So I put this piece of 2.5 inch solid round steel in the bottom. So I figured if it's running right, it should heat that up red hot, no problem. So this version didn't. So then I thought I will extend the nozzle more so it's deeper in the venturi. So the first thing I did is I put this longer nipple on. And that did work pretty good. It was running nice and smooth, but it still wasn't getting this close to red hot inside there. And the inside of the foundry wasn't getting red hot either, so then I thought, well, I'll just back that off a bit. So I got a shorter nipple. This one's probably an inch shorter than the one I was using. So once I did that, it was running really good. It got nice and hot inside there, and it got this red hot. The insides of the foundry were red hot. So I figure this is the right combination now. So that sits down inside there, roughly about there. So that seems to give it the air-fuel mixture that it likes. So I took some videos of it as I was doing it, and they'll follow. This is one of these videos where I'm starting the beginning is the end type of thing, if you know what I mean. So anyways, I've got some videos I took as I was changing these nozzles and stuff around, just to show the how it affected the performance of the foundry. And as I mentioned in the clips there, now I have to get some proper crucibles and some tongs and some molds. And I'll try melting some copper up. I don't know, I probably won't start with copper though. I'll probably start with something like aluminum though, just a little easier to deal or work with initially. So anyways, what follows is my experimentation. Talk to you later. Okay, so it was a nice day outside, so I figured I'd start to fine-tune my foundry. So I changed the nozzles in it. I went to a 0.23, but that wasn't working, so I went back up to a 0.030. That worked better, but it was pulsating a lot. So I figured I had to cut the airflow down in the nozzle. So I just temporarily put these two pieces of metal on here to restrict airflow. So that's definitely helped a lot. It's running nice and smooth now. So I'll probably just cut those to size and just tack weld them on there. Just wait for it to come up to temperature and then see what the inside looks like. So I've been running it for a few minutes. I've been gradually cranking the heat up on it. So
running at 15 psi right now, or whatever that gauge is, 15 something. Sounds good. It's definitely generating some heat. Okay, so it basically survived. I can't see down in there very good, but it's still all nice and intact. It's been cracked or anything. So that part's good. So now though, I just have to fine tune that nozzle some more. Before I make those plates, so I might just put the nozzle farther down into the nipple, see if that changes anything. Anyways, so far so good. Okay, so what I did is I got another brass nipple and I shoved the nozzle farther down into the throat of the whole nozzle. Bad terminology, but so anyways, that's 100% better. You can tell right away as soon as I fired up it was working better. That's where that nozzle is now. It's way down where the reduces to 1 inch. So it's heating up a lot faster than it did before, so we'll give this a try, give this another heat run and see what this does. Okay, so this is the longer setup I put in there. So what I'm going to try now is just a bit shorter nipple, just to see what kind of an effect that has on it. Like I said, pretty happy with the way it was running. It was definitely getting a lot hotter. So I'm just going to move this back a little farther in there and see what that does to the air-fuel mixture. Okay, so I changed that nipple, and it was a little rougher starting. But actually now that it's running, I've got that nice blue flame curling around inside. So I think this is probably the best tune-up so far. I'm just going to let it come up to heat here and see what it looks like. But like I say, definitely the flame is swirling a lot better inside. I'm going to let it heat up and see what it does.